Okay, so I haven't done anything for a week, or I haven't posted any videos for a week. Doesn't mean I haven't necessarily done anything. But not much going with the engine. Haven't done any more work with it. It's still in the same state it was in before, like that. What I've been doing is I've been waiting for parts to come, and some things have come. Like there's a high output fan, uh, another pile of parts. Gasket set, new head bolts, fuel pump, a whole bunch of other stuff. Water pump, high output water pump that is. Primer for the cab, new harmonic balancer and pulley, some spray balm primer as well as some other brake cleaner there to clean, get some of the grease off the engine block there. Just a lot of parts accumulation as much as anything. A little bit of cleanup, taking some things apart, like there's the front plate off of the timing cover. Still missing one critical part before it really can make any kind of significant progress on reassembling the engine, and that is the timing chain. And unfortunately, that's not going to come for another 3-4 days. So, what I got to do today is I've got to work on another project for my wife, which is to get our F-150 a little more reliable. It just kind of died one day on the road coming home from dropping off a horse, and well, that's apparently not acceptable to her. Now, it did restart a short time later, but no idea why, and I'm assuming it's an electrical problem, and I'll show you guys why I think it's an electrical problem. Okay, so part of this truck's problems, apart from the rust, is electrical. If we have a look under the hood here, you can see why. And I never thought about it when I bought it, but hey, I just needed a truck at that time, and well, whoever was the previous owner had the brilliant idea that when they wanted to change the relays, rather than just unplugging the relays, they just cut them out of the harness, which was brilliant. I think some of these connections are have gone a little bad. None of them are soldered. They're just wrapped with electrical tape with a wire twisted together, and I think some of them have gone off a bit. I had problems earlier this year with a truck where I had a no start condition. This is a brand new relay you can see right here. And what ended up happening was 2 relays had gone bad, which really made it a little bit more of a difficult diagnosis because it was affecting, the overall electrics. One of them was from the ECM all the way back, as well as one was a fuel pump relay, and that caused me some grief. The whole harness is like this. I can see here's another spot for the diagnostic port that for some reason the guy had to butcher in. I don't have any idea why, but it's frustrating. In any case, this vehicle is the one that's going to be replaced by the 4x4 project, but just the same, I still got to make it run right now. I'll show you one of the relays that went off. You can see how badly corroded it was. Yeah, here's one of the bad relays. You can see how badly corroded it is in there. I literally poured a palm full of rust and copper oxidization out of this relay once I cracked it open. Suffice it to say, it was a done deal, and it was a big part of the problem. I notice now this year, a truck runs a hell of a lot better than it did last fall, and well, I know the reason why now. Anyways, today's project is to take apart all those bodged wiring connections in the truck and solder them together properly, seal them with heat shrink, and hope I get another season out of it. Okay, so I'm done with fixing the truck for the day as well. I spent a little bit of time doing a little bit of sandblasting of cross members and other bits and pieces of the truck. Mainly pieces for the frame, as you see right there. And I think I've had enough for today. There's one of the frame cross members I was sandblasting. I actually tried a couple of different methods for trying to clean it up. My sandblast cabinet is only just big enough to hold it, and as a result it's a little difficult to hit the ends with it. I was just trying some sanding discs, like some conditioning discs and a few other methods, wire wheels to clean it up. And I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm probably better off to just try again with the sandblaster. I think this time I'll use the pressure pot, and I'll just go outside and I'll lay out a little cardboard thing to catch all the sand as it flies off, and give it another go. I've got more than a few cross members to do. I'll show you those other ones. I figure I'll get to these tomorrow. Then hopefully I'll get at least a coating of primer on it. I'll etch prime them and then I'll epoxy prime them to kind of seal them. Otherwise, I'm still waiting on the parts for the engine, so that frame is probably about the next thing to do. I did buy some Nason etch primer and Nason epoxy primer sealer, that is. And I figure if I'm stalled on the engine, I might start some of the bodywork on the cab. I was thinking I might like to at least get it all one color. So I'll probably, I don't think I'm going to strip it bare down. I certainly am not going to chemically strip the cab. But I think I'll mechanically rough it up. I think this is original paint on the truck itself, so it's not like there'll be multiple coats. And certainly the door panel is just EDP primer there. And that right there, the cowl, was sandblasted and then primed some time ago. And I think I'll do my best to strip some of the rust that might have formed on it and give it another shot of etch and then epoxy primer sealer. The only things that are going to really need any bodywork now is all of the rust repair has been done. I've done the cab corners, I've done the rockers, I've done the inner rockers, I've done the kicks. Really what's left now is cleaning up some of the parts on the back, so back of the cab there. Now you can see that I've zinc primed. The spots where I spot welded the cab corner, they're not 100%, so I'll have to clean those up a bit. As well, I filled the filler neck, and that'll need to be cleaned up as well. Apart from that, I'm hoping that it's not going to be a huge endeavor to prep this thing for paint, but like anything, the more effort you put into the work before you do the paint, the better it's going to look in the end. That's it.